Lord be with you.
A nag like this couldn't have cost more than 10 grand. And a stale loaf of bread.
Greetings, my friend.
I have that document from the rat house for you.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you.
I took a look at the document. I couldn't really make much of it. Who's this Hermes Trismegistos?
My fifth cousin. We write to each other sometimes.
That doesn't sound very convincing.
Did you find my family tree at the rat house, too? Now show it to me, so I can finally get the knowledge. Good. This will come in handy. Ah, yes, of course.
What now?
That much?
Did you hear me?
I owe you my thanks, and
Don't tell me you've forgotten.
don't worry. Your path is...
Another miller's trick.
Now, there's no trick. Besides, things are
Enough. Supposing this isn't any run of
devilish. It's high learning. And when I say not some hocus-pocus brewing of potions for creatures,
Tell me more about it then.
I wouldn't be so sure. But I've taken now. I want to make a golem out of dough. Then, using secret alchemical practices and theurgy, bring him to life.
A golem, you say? Isn't that a kind of pie?
Henry, a golem can be made of clay, wood. Studying the Jewish cabals taught me a practice. Just imagine. You carrying sacks. He wouldn't be much smarter than Zinnik, but he'd have the strength of 10 men.
You're trying to play God? You know they could burn you at the stake for something like that.
Oh, it's in the interest of the just look at the Bible. Moses,
So a golem?
exactly.
And what about the good of me?
You already know, but for a few groschen, we could discuss the...
I'm overwhelmed with... Supposing you give me a few groschen first, as a reward, and then I'll decide whether to trade the coin for some learning.
Oh, see now, I completely... I added in what I owe for those sacks you carried. And if you want some more...
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Never a wasted word, eh, crap?
Short and to the point.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a salt...
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
This has something to do with the alchemy of yours, eh?
Nitra is saltpeter.
And what needs salting here in the mill? Or is it supposed to be some...
Nothing of the sort. The Kabbalistic doctrine, those thanks but.
So you...
Sir,
How much...
a lot. That's...
I was hoping I'd learn some...
Well...
All right, then. Just hope. And also...
Yeah, but for you.
So Bonnie is most likely a thief.
Bonnie is someone I trust. Not only will she teach you how to find salt, the main difference...
Hold you...
If you don't taste it, you could confuse it with some nasty rot. Don't be such a lily liver, Henry. She'll tell you the rest herself. That's a secret storage space I have here just...
How can I get to this lair?
There's a bridge over the mill stream towards the southwest. Take the path to the left, just behind it along the pond. From that path, you turn right, uphill, between the rocks, and you'll find your... Oh, and she's just been through some...
Bonnie spent...
Bonnie, run along.
To the lair.
See you soon, my friend.
Well, I have to get to know the people.
Let me give you some good advice. Try it.
What's new?
Nothing much.
You seem like a...
Where are you going?
Well, I reckon you know. If you share them with me, it'll make it easier to endure all that bull...
I'm glad you know what you... Are you interested in the theory of light?
That's a bit too fast. Well, I'll be happy to...
I can't now.
How about some more advice on sneaking out?
You've come to the... as clumsy as a blind dog.
I focus mainly...
Talking your way up. What do you want to know?
What should I...
Something that won't exactly command respect. Just don't go wearing fancy clothes around tramps or shoddy rags around nobles. You have to be like a ghost that nobody knows about. And a ghost shouldn't get their hands dirty.
I've been known to be a bit noisy.
Only a fool goes robbing in full armor. Better to take off your chainmail before you go climbing and tread lightly. Not only will you not make a racket, but you just might hear the fella in the other room get up to take a piss.
A weapon in hand won't do me much good, but I feel more confident with it.
Seems like everyone does nowadays. But if you're not looking, all you need in your hand is a lock. Well, it's best to keep your hands free. If you get caught where you're not supposed to, neither a dagger nor a lockpick in hand will look too good.
How should I handle light properly?
Most guards and people you meet at night are either blind or drunk. The night is your friend. Stick to where the light doesn't shine. Dark clothing help out as well. And only a complete idiot doesn't put away their torch while robbing. And if you know how, brew yourself a Nighthawk. It tastes like piss, but it'll help you see.
How should I plan a...
Most people have the same routine every day. Pay attention to people's behavior. Who goes where? When you get to know your victim, and where you're sneaking into someone's house, try a back window.
That's all.
God bless you.
Quick!
Whoa, whoa. Go, go!
Hey, fella! Stop off!
Boy, that fool let Ogre gave me a fright.
you a blacksmith?
And you? Gentleman's manservant, I reckon.
You deserve a clobbering for how poor
Be my guest. I'm Yira.
Glad to hear that.
Oh, sorry, brother. I didn't take you for someone who could swing a hammer.
Ah, you're right. I much prefer... What are you doing here? Where's...
Our forge has gone undone for. And these folk around me lost all they had to.
So war, eh?
Aye, well, that's just the way it is. By God's grace, I could do with a bit of coin right now.
All right, let's...
Great. And because...
Definitely.
Let's do... Ah! Wanker!
You're a dead man. You know that? Sakura, you were good. Not even old Larcher's moves were any use. Well, anyway, Henry, here's your coin. You put up a decent fight, Yira. I'll remember that levering trick. What was that noise? Woodcutters? Gah! I'm Henry, Miller of Crazel. He sent me to search for a knight.
Of course I will.
Bonnie.
It's not the name I was back in our craft. What should we call... Well, you know what? I'll come up. Did you?
Actually,
He's right there.
I've got some...
That's not so. I reckon I'll just.
What kind of...
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head. And just so you know, that.
He did.
And.
Well, I think it's all...
But don't worry. Calm and hum. But that's enough of that. I'd like to chat with you too, Hen. But if you're in a hurry to find...
No.
You know what? When they caught Zenek in Troskovitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stocks. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. Life in the lair isn't all fun and games. Zenek and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the millers finally found a normal hand for once. But it's a shame I don't have my dog Sniffer no more. It was fun with him at least.
Crazel mentioned that he died.
Aye, from some fucking disease. He started getting these lumps all over his body. Then he stopped eating and what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
The very same.
Before I could eat,
And you got away with it.
I did in... And what do you think of the old miller, anyway?
He seems awfully mystical. He has lots of experience. Like as if he's lived for hundreds of years.
It's his beard that does that. Don't let it fool you. Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work. I'm not anyhow.
Barrel is
For the...
sick.
if you...
Certainly. You take a damp wall, like in a sty, you let the water evaporate from it, and you get this salt...
That's right. But like I told you, all the sty wall... Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass...
Crazel's...
God's mysterious ways.
And he also wanted me to taste it.
Unfortunately,
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses.
not a person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even...
The local grave...
Exactly.
Ah, the grave...
Aye,
So I'm in for a walk.
seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. I learned
I'll keep that in.
that old... He's old.
Good idea.
He lives lots of the Wolf of Skalitz.
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up here anyway, in the armpit of the world.
What do you think about Crazel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, eh? Crazel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes, he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
What do you know about the Troskovitz gravedigger?
He's a pretty tough old bird. He follows the rule, I'll treat you the way you treat me. And he appreciates when a fella's direct and open. But I probably wouldn't tell him everything about us.
So, Bonnie, the most honest girl I know, sent me. I'd like to see some dead animals as models for painting a church fresco. A scene from the apocalypse.
That might be a bit much, but you learn fast.
How was the saltpeter collection and tasting again? Sounds pretty disgusting.
It wasn't so bad. Xena kept whining about it, but being a saltpeter collector, it has its benefits. When you go and clean someone's sty, they don't pay much attention to you and leave their purses and chests unattended. We made a pretty decent amount on the side.
What, by stealing?
Confiscating property for the greater glory of God. I hate the term stealing.
Just like Crazel. Tell me something more about Zinnek.
He's Andy, that's for sure. But also a bit of a fool. To be honest, I don't care for Crazel's horseshit most of the time either. I do this job because it's fun, unlike Zinnek. He does everything for his own good, doesn't give a damn about any greater cause or other people. Actually, he really pisses me off with his attitude. And he entertains himself by coming up with the stupidest nicknames for me. Dunger, for instance. What kind of a bloody awful name is Dunger?
Oh, lovely. And what does he call himself?
Scruffy. Or Jan, Nicholas, Franz, Peter, Jakub. The most bland, everyday names. He tries to be careful, but then he opens his big mouth and fucks it all up, just like in Troskovitz.
What is this lair place?
Crazel built a stall so all them honest, curious people in the mill, the likes of Hensel, wouldn't have to worry their little heads about what we're doing here.
You mean behind that boarded up door in the cliff?
We're definitely not doing anything there right now, because of the mess in there. I told Zinnek to clean it up. I think he wants to see if the place will get so rotten that saltpeter will bloom on the walls.
I heard you could teach me.
What would you like? See you later, my friend.
ale?
God!
Whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day.
Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers that fell there. Where are they buried?
Oh, I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right. They're a long way from home.
Not to worry. Earth is earth, wherever it is.
Are you and the herb woman related? You both look, well, really old.
We're not related. We both got some years behind us, and we both unclean in our own ways. That's all we have in common. Different herb women came to me from time to time for hangman's nooses or nails from the gallows. What they do with them is their own business. I'm just a trader, but Bozhena ain't like the others. She's an honest herb woman who... Do you know why they chased her out of town?
I don't.
Well, I'm not the one who... There's a place called Limbus Puerorum. Not even by accident. And that's all
I'll keep it. Ignatius.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away?
None of that. I have a different, slight Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me.
From Lower Semine?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that.
Nah. It's actually just a pit full of carcasses. These white crystals form on the walls of it. And that's exactly what we're after.
Ah, now I get it. You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really?
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
Oh, dragging carcass. But so be it.
Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animals.
Now, hold your horses. I'm willing to help you. But don't try to make your unclean profession. I don't even want to imagine what...
Don't worry about... So what then? Nice and... Didn't you understand me? Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you understand?
I understand. I'll come at dawn. I don't know if I'm completely ready.
Didn't you understand? Like I said.
I don't know.
Didn't you understand? Like I said.
I don't know.
Didn't you understand? Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night.
I don't.
Didn't you understand me? Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. The dew is still on the leaves. You don't need your horse. I'll stay. In any case, heavens, hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly. Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Bane? Aesop? Got it all. Good. Come on, then. Get it. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Sameen round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that bunny of yours belong to that gang too? Nothing to say? You must have something to hide then. We're off to a nice start. Lower Sameen's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks. Go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Lazy bones. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys! Whoa! Come on! Come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
It looks mysterious. What treasures might be hidden there?
You'll soon see. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much.
damnation. Ah, damn. Oh, Sakra. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, damnation. Ah, damn. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, Sakra. Oh, damnation. Oh, shit. Oh, Sakra.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
Stop! I want to talk.
That's right.
I want to.
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, Henry. Right on time. I asked you about things in Lower Samine, and you swore it was as clean as a well-gnawed bone. You remember, don't you? So now you can deal with this yourself. And please, make sure we leave with the same number of teeth we came with.
Well, what... What are you after, then?
Two stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some Scruffy and Dunger. What do you have to do with them?
Take a good look at me. Do I look like a slimy pickpocket? Or just an honest hand who happens to be doing some dirty work? Are you going to seize every farm worker leaving his field with dirty boots after a hard day's work?
It's about whose company you keep.
All right, so take a good look at Ignatius here and tell me how you imagine an old knacker like him goes around robbing chests. And don't forget to tell me why you think he didn't spend all that stolen silver on a better horse or wagon or even some nicer clothes.
All right, I might have been mistaken.
Just ask around. Unlike my clothes, my conscience is clean.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run in...
Of course.
You can count on...
Glad to... Let's go. Maybe... Did I get this right?
Get over here so we can cut...
Not much left for us to...
Hopefully our luck will hold out. The next farm's just up ahead. Here we come, Snorter. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favor for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead. It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Ah, here it is. Wolves must have killed them. They didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius. Ignatius will leave without me if I run off from him. It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream. No wonder the pigs caught.
Well, what do you know? I'll give you a hand.
Good day to you, friend. Oh, good day.
Christ, pardon me.
Yeah. Ugh, and another.
Poor things. A waste of good meat. Poor things. A waste of good meat.
I'd rather go back to sacks of flour.
New pigs. More money out the window. Where are we going to find 2 new pigs? More money out the window.
What's next? Are we going?
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work,
Yeah, you'd eat that.
but nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't. Let's keep going. Seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me.
Greetings.
Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking. He's coming from over there.
There. What are you doing here, Henry?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Now, first, tell me what you're doing here. And how come you're with that beast?
He's no beast. I came here to save him.
You mean steal him?
For him, it'll be a redemption from that horse and master of his. I'll take care of him, in place of my poor dead sniffer.
Bonnie... The gravedigger sent me to kill the dog. He's been paid to do it by the people whose livestock that beast killed. It's the last thing I need to do before he shows me the pit.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horseman, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better I'll take him to the lair. We'll...
Hurry off now.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
It's taken care
I
of.
got to
Taken care of?
where
What do you mean?
trying to get to the wedding. I did the
I set the dog free.
blacksmith's
He didn't deserve to
part.
die.
For
invite.
fuck's
Now I'm
sake,
just doing
didn't deserve
trying to do the
die?
Miller's part to do
we
it
were
too.
supposed to get rid of him, because that's just what he deserves.
Bonnie from the mill came and took the dog before we got to him.
Well, fuck me. How much more is that girl going to steal before she has enough?
Oh, she'll take better care of him than Baysar did. All he needs is to be fed properly, and he won't be dangerous anymore.
I surely fucking hope not. Because if he runs off and ravages something or someone again, then we didn't help at all.
Nah, it's first time.
Let's
just
go
beat the
before we
first
start
game.
Looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heat.
It was pretty good.
Is this really it?
I
Are
I
you yanking
started
my
playing the
pistol
second one first,
Of course not. True.
but then
It
I've seen the
used to be one
flashbacks
big
part at the
pit.
beginning
But then I found out
with
when
your
you pile
dad, so I was
up
like, oh,
carcasses
that
in
must be from the
small
first
pits,
game. So I was like,
throw
ah,
some wet hay
guess I'll play the
between
first.
it all rots
And
better.
since it was
And the better it
2018,
rots, the more
you get it
nitro
for
you'll
like
have.
$10.
Are
But
you
yeah, it
gonna
was
take some right
it was
away?
pretty damn
I
good.
won't.
Kickstarter.
The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked how much
Who
details,
knows? Maybe that'll
just a
really
little
be
game
my fate.
mechanics and things like
I'll
that.
live at the cemetery,
Like
build piles
insane.
of carcasses, and eat
compared
bread
to
with
something like Red Dead
saltpeter.
2.
Here's something that'll
I've definitely played-
come in
I've definitely
handy if you
enjoyed,
ever need to go through all this again.
Gordon
Either
Red.
with me or somewhere else.
It was just
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage,
Of course. But in return, you have to help me get all this lot buried. So there's some more saltpeter in...
I found the place where we can harvest saltpeter. You just head out of Troskovitz towards Apollonia, Carry on alongside the road, then head off it at the right spot. Only it's not a pit, it's 3 piles of earth. The gravedigger Ignatius drove me there himself.
And is it the real stuff? Did you taste it?
Yeah. And I hope I never have to do that again. Ugh. I think the experience has changed me forever.
Oh, come on. You whine more than Zinnik. It's just commonplace salt. I was hoping it'd be closer. To go all the way to Apollonia. If I send 2 wagons, that should be enough.
What should I do?
That means I could mix a barrel and a half.
Crazul, focus. What else do you need from me?
Oh, sorry. What were you asking? About a reward? It's right here.
Thanks. How's it going with the golem?
Well, the whole thing is really appealing to a scholar of my field of interest and important for humanity. But certain circumstances have emerged which, unfortunately, move its creation somewhere further into the future.
Wait, what do you mean? So there won't be any golem?
Not for now.
What about all the niter? The life essence?
I admitted to myself it's maybe too much to take on, and I decided to go back to my roots.
So the search for saltpeter was for nothing?
Not at all. The saltpeter will help us create primordial matter, the origin.
God.
As alchemical scholars, we act to penetrate the diaphanum, and I'll explain it.
Tell me then, what's the next task then, Crazul?
From behind the closed gates of Trotsky come quiet whispers, carried by the wind, all the way here to me in the mill. Do you hear it too?
Can you get to the point? What's this about?
Scribe Erezine received a trunk from Prague, and in that trunk was...
The document of Hermes Trismegistos?
No, a book. And from an author more venerable than Hermes. It's thin, with a sand-colored cover, embossed. Ordinary at first glance, but the treasure's inside. You might say it's kind of an alchemical cookbook.
So I'm gonna have to pick some locks again, eh? And in the castle, no less. I'd like to know how I'm supposed to get in there. Trotsky is shut tight.
For some. The gates of Trotsky may appear to be closed to us, mere mortals. But why try to force your way in when there's a person they'll invite in themselves?
What person?
Hold on, we'll get to that. We've got the Samine wedding coming up. I can't wait to try out my new potion against drunkenness there. What about you? You still need to get there?
Certainly. It's why I decided to work for you. Or have you forgotten? I hope your promise still stands.
Of course it does. What do you take me for? Start getting ready. You've almost got a fine outfit, I see. But it still could be a lot better. Ad charisma tuendum. Say a prayer to St. Paul. Maybe he'll send you a few nice things from heaven.
So you'll really get me into that wedding? Am I dreaming?
No, you're not. But before you start celebrating, we won't be going by ourselves. We'll have company. Or, to be more exact, the 2 of us will be accompanying a certain person. Me as a friend and host, and you as a bodyguard, loyal servant. Call it what you will.
And who is this mysterious person?
A true lady will come to the wedding with us. Radiant as the morning star, refined as pure gold. All will be stunned by her beauty. And she'll be our lockpick that will find the weak spot in the gate to Trotsky. All it'll take is a little push. And clunk. The lock will open, and the book will be mine.
Similes, word games.
The castle's weak spot is Chamberlain Ulrich, because he himself has a weakness for women. Of all the single damsels at the wedding, ours will be the most noble or not. He's a mortal man, and he'll start to think with his male member. We will watch as he becomes... Soon he'll be begging to take our companion to Trotsky. He'll pretend his motives are pure, so she'll be more comfortable. And when the Chamberlain becomes insistent, you, as her personal bodyguard, will accept his offer. Naturally, he'll say you won't leave her side so you can defend her honor. Once in Trotsky, Ulrich will do everything to get you to leave him alone with her. And that will be your chance.
I can hardly...
Well, it's not all. I admit there's a certain element here that makes everything more complex. First, we have to find our gracious...
Ah. And I'm gonna look...
Who else? Look, she doesn't have to be a lady per se. We'll get her a nice dress, some perfume. She doesn't even...
Where should I look?
You can find lots of capable girls at the Jelly. It's true, Dorothy can...
Well, the last time I dealt with her getting your disguise washed...
You'll tell her I'm offering enough groschen to buy 2 cows.
All right.
You're a talented, likable youngster. And don't forget, you're going to need to dress the girl up. So, stop off at Troskowitz as well, and get her a nice brocade dress. And some long-last minta would be ideal.
Where can I find the...
Where do you think? The butcher's? Bartoszek has just the thing in his shop.
Why that dress?
Because red is the color of love and passion. Ulrich won't know. The dress is likely to be pretty expensive. But
where can I find the perfume?
Emmerich the apothecary might have some. Or ask Betty the innkeeper. Or get hold of the recipe and make it.
I'll be going.
Once you've got everything ready for the wedding, we'll meet in front of the fortress gate. There, I'll let our lady in on some other details. Anyway, you'll be rehearsing your speech to Lord von Berghoff.
Yeah, that's true.
Quick!
Whoa! Whoa!
Quick!
Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh yeah. There's usually, well, it's always the only way to actually.
Go! Whoa!
Yeah, I think.
Get away with that weapon. Very good.
The Voivod's wife spoke of you.
G'day.
Go there.
Hey, do you want to raise horses?
Good thing you spoke up. I'm looking for someone like that right now.
You are in the right place. We have not really talked properly yet, have we? I am Mikolai, and with my horse Tuv, I organize horse races in this region. As a proper Lovari, I make sure it is a challenge for both riders and horses. But we are missing a proper challenger. We cannot find a single decent rider anywhere around here. Even Bibrek, the best human rider, is afraid of me.
Who is that Bibrek?
He is a Cuman who claims he's not Cuman. But he can shoot. I do admit that. When I started to organize races, he came up with his own archery ones, and happily wagers on them. But never mind him. We, Lovari, are more than happy to outsmart the likes of him in trade.
What does that mean, that you're Lovari?
Ask our horses about that. They will tell you how a proper Lovari cares for them.
Oh, I can't speak with horses. At least not sober.
A pity. Folks who understand them can trade them properly, maybe even sell them for a good price. They are almost as clever as people. If Tuv happened to outlive me, he could easily organize these races on his own. What about you and your horse?
He's simply a partner. A friend and a helper. Rather like a dog.
That is how it should be. But not everyone understands that. And Bibrek least of all.
All right, but how about these races? How do they go?
Every challenger must first bow to Zamur. I tell you, he was a hell of a rider. People will... There is an altar in his name in the woods nearby. If you do not...
I better not skip that.
I will take you there.
Wait a moment. I'd rather speak with Bibrek first.
Yes, yes. But you will see yourself. I'm sorry. You look to me a lot like the one Aranka was talking about. The boy what will want to talk. Takai just mother and with you.
Just to tickle the voivod. Seems like Aranka was telling the truth.
Good afternoon.
How's business?
Borech Hashem. I can't complain.
What?
Wrong? What?
Is there anything I...
Indeed, you can. You can stop asking.
I have the feeling you speak our language.
My friend, could it be because I
What does that mean?
was close to younger man?
I don't know.
You must be from some very small village, eh?
I'm sorry, but there were no sons of David in Skalitz.
Skalitz, Shainem Dank, my friend.
What do you have for...
Don't like anything, eh?
The voivode's wife spoke of you. Go there.
Good day.
Te aveți bactalo, Romea.
I've heard incredible things about you. They say you let a fully loaded hay wagon roll over you.
Hi! It was quite the show.
Is that how you usually spend your free time?
Oh, often enough. People like it. But don't think it's some trick. It's the real thing. And it's not easy. It's not just about muscles, but about your overall approach to food and life in general. Being a strongman isn't a trade. It's a way of life.
I believe you. Getting run over by a wagon isn't for everyone.
That's right. Not everyone can do it. But I was nursed by a wild she-bear, so it's no problem for me. Nothing's impossible. Remember that. Nothing's impossible.
How's life? All good?
Couldn't be better, lad.
You were raised by a wild bear, you said?
You think I'm lying? Or you're just amazed?
Well, it's just you're the first person I ever met who had that kind of upbringing.
The first? The only one, more like, fella. It was a cruel winter when they found me in that bear's den as a baby.
So you're an orphan?
If we rule out a human baby being born to a bear, then I reckon that's a good bet.
Right. That was stupid.
What?
No, I meant I was being stupid. About the bear thing, of course.
Well, there you go. Nothing's impossible for a man like me. Like I say, nothing's impossible.
What did you do before you took to the road?
How did I become a nomad? It's in my blood. This is my life.
So you've known the Voivod for some time?
Uh-huh. The Voivode is a good fella. I met him this winter and helped him with his horse.
I didn't realize you know about horses.
What? The only thing I know about horses is that they go around on 4 legs. The Voivode's horse died from the cold, so I dragged it to the camp on a handcart, and we turned it into some first-class goulash. At least that old nag was good for something.
I'd be interested to know what you live on.
I had lentils for lunch and bread pudding for dinner. What's it to you?
What do you do, I mean?
Right now, I'm talking to you. Then I'll go and have a bite to eat because I'm starving and need to keep my strength up. It's not so easy. The strongman trade can't be taken lightly.
Don't they say a hungry artist makes for a good artist?
A hungry artist is a bad artist because no one ever earned a crust by going hungry.
What can you do, Tomcat?
Me? Everything. Nothing's impossible.
Come on. Don't tell me you can really do everything.
If I put my mind to it, try me.
What about swimming?
I've been training to swim in cold water for years. No one can beat me when it comes to swimming under ice.
I'd like to believe that. And seeing it's summer now, I have no other choice. What about climbing?
I can climb any cliff without a rope, just using my bare hands, and then do a backflip off it into a pond.
Jesus, you're a madman.
Not at all. I'd be a madman if I trusted my life to something as crazy as a horse.
Wait, so you're afraid of horses?
Hey, nothing's impossible. but I hate horses with all my guts. I never take risks, and that's why I'll never get on a horse. Not even for a golden goose.
You don't take risks? And what about your strongman antics?
Ah, no risk involved. That's years of hard work and training, fella. If I didn't believe in myself and what I do, I'd be long dead.
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fight around here.
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me next time.
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. If you're going to attack, commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around.
I'll get it. Let's do it.
Beautiful. Once more. Beautiful. Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more difficult. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
So I'll start from the top, then from the right, and then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally left.
All right, let's give it a try.
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more.
All right.
Nice, but that's a different technique. You're chaining your strikes wrong. You're attacking out of rhythm. Again. Beautiful. Once more. Beautiful. That's that, then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more piece of advice. Any attack can start with this or that technique. Look, if I attack...
What about other tech?
I'll teach you even more. If you prove yourself to me, I'll teach...
How can I prove myself to you so that you'll teach...
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight. Because this technique only works for swords.
So all I have to do is challenge you?
That's right.
I'll challenge you to a duel then.
Good.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin. Defend yourself. You want to try me? Fuck you! No, you don't.
So, do you think I have what it takes?
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
You deserve to be taught.
I think it
the master
auto-saved.
strike.
And
Here's a training
before.
sword so he won't get hurt.
Let's get to it.
The pinnacle of swordsmanship are so-called master strikes. You can only perform a technique like that with a sword, no matter if it's short or long, or if you're using a shield. What you do need is a blade and a guard that protects your hands. Master Strike is a technique that allows you to counter an opponent's attack with your own. A swordsman that can learn such a technique is undefeatable. Let me show you. Attack me from the right. Watch and learn! Now you try. Master Strikes are what elevates the swords above other weapons, and there is no defense against them. You've learned how to parry your opponent's attack with a properly timed block. But this time, you attack instead of blocking. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You take up position with your sword below and strike against my attack. But enough talk. Come and try it yourself. Like that. You were supposed to counterattack from the opposite side when I started attacking. Excellent. All right, let's try it once more. But this time, I'll attack from the side. Now pay attention. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. If I'm on the right, get ready on the left. Master Strike works only with an opposite strike. Otherwise, it's the same. You strike when I begin my attack. Ready?
Always.
Good. Again. That's the way. You're getting the hang of it. Now let's try it for real. I'll fight you normally, and you have to pay attention to which direction I'm attacking from. Then attack from the opposite side.
I understand. Let's start.
Getting the hang of it. Again. Beautiful. Try it again. Excellent. That's enough. Here's a few more tips. If your opponent knows how to perform a Master Strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a Master Strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocks your sword to the left, then attacks with a riposte to the right. Until that point, you could only defend yourself with a perfect block. Now you can surprise your opponent with a Master Strike that he hasn't a hope of blocking. Understand?
Okay.
I think I understand.
Good. That's all I can teach you. Now, it's up to you to learn how to use the Master Strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Tomcat.
Come on.
Uh, Probably stole. Probably.
quick.
Oh. What? I'm not sure. My guy probably stole something in the town. Maybe. Did have to get a document? Yeah, the document. Might have been that.
God bless.
You having trouble with the Takovites?
I'd say it's time to get payback for all those shenanigans of theirs. You look like you might be good at that sort of thing. And since you're already here, why don't you help me out? Trust me, I'll make it worth your while. What do you say?
Sure. If there's something bothering you, I'd be happy to help.
Listen up then. Those naughty Takovite bastards have this nice maypole in their village. They're so proud of it, you'd think it's a gift from the king himself. Especially Project. Nothing would teach them a lesson better than stealing it and putting it up on display here. Just to spite them.
So all I have to do is take their maypole and bring it to you?
Aye, exactly. But be careful no one sees you take
Canada.
it. It'll be even better if they don't even know it's missing. Besides, if they catch you, they'll beat the shit out of you. So be careful.
All right, I'll be careful. Thanks.
Excellent. But even if something goes wrong, don't go clobbering anyone over the head, understand? All I want to do is piss Project off.
You want to do what to him?
Piss him off. You know? Mess with him. For stealing our maypole and our pasture. But remember, no violence, all right?
Of course. I wouldn't hurt a fly. You can count on me.
But go ahead and talk to Project. At least you'll see what an asshole he is.
Why don't you like the Takovites?
Because they're wankers. Arrogant wankers. Think they're above everyone else? But mainly, they stole our pasture, which has belonged to Giliov since time immemorial.
How does someone steal a pasture, anyway?
Like a prick, that's how. Behind Takov, there's this strip of land leading toward the pond. It's supposed to belong to us, for grazing. There's an old tree there, and everything between the tree and the woods is ours. I was there when it was decided. I was about your age then, and I got a good beating under that tree, so I remember. And you can bet your ass I remember.
But how did they steal it from you?
Because they don't believe me. The treacherous bastards. They lie about it wherever they can, saying the deal was different. And it was a different tree near the forest.
Can anything be done about it? Can't you make some kind of agreement?
Well, we meet there every year. I tell them how it is, while they just spew their usual lies. So we kick each other's arses, and everything just stays the way it is. A while back, we fought for a right to use at least half of it. But because I grazed my cattle there, I have to pay those bastards for using their half as well. But that's not fair. All of it is supposed to be ours by law, for fuck's sake.
Oy, that's a tricky situation.
Tricky my ass. They're greedy liars. Simple as that.
They beat you up under the tree? Why would they do that?
You bet they did. That's just how it's done, obviously. When we agree on something like this, we take a young lad and give him a good pummeling, so that he'll remember in case the others forget. And we pick a young boy because he has a good memory and, God willing, still has many years in front of him. It makes sense?
Aye, you're right. I remember we used to do the same back where I'm from. Did you take your pasture dispute to Lord Bombergov?
Of course we did. He asked the Truskovitz bailiff to resolve it, and he said we should sort it out amongst ourselves. And that if he heard about it ever again, he'll have both me and Project flogged. So that's that.
Why do they look down on you?
Commoners here have all sorts of obligations to the nobility, and have to pay a tax.
Of course. That makes sense.
Aye, but Takov has all its obligations in Grossen. They just pay up and that's it. But the nobles won't allow the same by Yelov. Besides Grossen, the others have to give them pigs, chickens, hay and the like, or go and serve. That's why them Takovites look down on us. They think they're better than us.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right you are. Those Takovites are a bunch of stuck-up idiots.
Exactly. Me? Even an outsider can tell.
That's pretty cool. I did like playing it in the first.
Hey, lad. What do you want? Come here.
What do you want?
Just to wish you a good day. You're a...
There's something lying over there. I hope it's not mutt. A nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could mutt have been here? Never again. I tried swimming once, and how did that end up? dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Getting quite tired. I could use a nap.
Where is that girl dawdling? Will you help an old woman, young man?
But you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
All right, good wife.
Thank and you can. My old legs ain't up to.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still...
I'm sorry.
Oh, Sakra.
If I were a dog...
Do you think he'd go...
I don't know much about dogs. He could have. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near... Maybe... And good night.
Oh, I'm as hungry as a wolf. Empty. I'll have to go... somewhere else. So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her. She's got unfinished work here. Like she got up and went straight out. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? It doesn't look to me like she ran off. More like she expected to come right back. I had a look in Pavlena's place in the loft.
And? Did you find anything?
She didn't pack up her stuff. I don't think she was planning to be gone for long.
I told you, didn't I? Pavlena wouldn't run off.
I found a cap there. A man's cap. I don't suppose Pavlena would wear something like that.
You're saying she had some... I'd surely have noticed.
I don't know, good wife.
Could she have?
She's got unfinished...
Aye, she usually... We've got nothing here. Pavlena, we... God be with you. And wash up a bit. You look awful.
Good day to you.
I'd like to use your...
What'll it be this?
Prepare me a hot...
Excellent.
I'll gladly...
Excellent.
God be with you. I apologize.
Crazel has an offer for you.
That old goat always sends you whenever he needs something. What does he want this time?
He's looking for a girl for the Samine wedding.
What, for himself?
No. He wants her to turn the Chamberlain's head.
Ah, so she's supposed to end up with Ulrich. Is that it? How much is he offering?
He says he can offer enough groschen for you to buy 2 cows. Or a small cottage.
It's quite...
And that's not all. The girl will get some perfume called
That sounds nuts. But that ain't nearly enough for certain.
I don't understand.
You know what? I'm tired of this. They'll tell you about what they've been through with the Master Chamberlain. Girls? Right, girls. We have a messenger here from Goodman Crazel. Tell us what you wanted to ask.
Well, it's about the Master Chamberlain.
He's looking for a girl for the Semine wedding.
God, anything but that.
Dorothy, I actually have a lot of work to do, and...
Well, who wants to go first? Anna.
What should I say?
What should she say?
Tell me, why don't you want anything to do with the Chamberlain?
Well, the Lord Chamberlain invited me to Trotsky, and the girls warned me that it would be different to what I was used to. So I asked him if I should take a different soap or something. Or does the Master Chamberlain not like silk? Or if his bed is hard and my back will hurt.
If only.
But they said I'd have to do things that... How'd you put it?
Things they haven't even thought of in hell.
I thought the Master Chamberlain might be of a different religion, and that fucking a Christian girl would be a sin. But he believes in the same God as the rest of us.
Which makes it all the worse.
Then I thought maybe he was cruel to the girls, but I hear that's not the case either. It's not what he wants to do to us that's against God.
But what he wants us to do to him.
I thought he had leprosy.
Tell the girls how much Crazel is offering.
Enough that you'll be able to buy a small cottage.
Or 2 cows. Not bad, eh? Well, is anyone willing to go with the Chamberlain?
Not even for a golden goose.
I'd rather be celibate.
I thought he had leprosy.
Aye, but it's a tidy sum. I reckon I'll have to choose one of you myself.
Dorothy, I swear that
I'm not going anywhere. You can't make me.
Dorothy, I'll scrub all the tubs here for the rest of my life. I swear. All of them. Every day.
I'll do that too. And I'll even take care of the outhouses.
Girls, come now.
I'll go then. If I can handle it a second time, it'll be a miracle. And maybe they'll even make me a saint.
No, you can't. Dorothy, please don't make her do that again.
Dorothy, for the love of God.
Calm down, girls. Don't worry. I'll never send you to the Chamberlain again. I just wanted to show Crazel's lackey here what you've been keeping from me for so long.
Christ almighty. I was starting to accept my fate.
God in heaven.
I feel filthy just thinking about it. I'd like to jump in a bath.
So, in case you didn't get the message, lad, no girl from Gelioff is going with the Chamberlain.
I still don't get it. What's so terrible about him?
Weren't you listening?
What he demands is just heathen it is.
It's worse than if he had leprosy.
He's not a sodomite, is he?
If only.
That would be a doddle.
I'd go with him twice if that's all it was.
You don't want to know, believe me.
All right. What am I supposed to do now?
Do what you like. We've said our piece. Go and find some heathen girl. A harlot like that came here recently, asking for work. She was from them nomads.
Aye, I remember her. Nose in the air, talking fancy like some scholar.
She introduced herself as Enelin of Winterthur, like she was some noblewoman.
I didn't trust her for a moment. She was pretty, though. There's no denying that. I wanted to give her a chance, but she asked for so much coin. I thought I must be hearing things. Try asking after her in the camp. Maybe she's got a stronger stomach than my girls.
Poor thing.
I'll pray for her.
Well, thank you.
God be with you.
Good to see
Good day.
you. God be with you.
Ugh, it's late. What do you want from me?
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while, but I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No, but there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
We hold a fight club here sometimes. Would you like to try it? It then and that.
Thanks.
Take care.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Why the hell do they pour beer on the table?
Whoa, whoa.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now, sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back, I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
Where will I find that shepherd?
Siegfried? He lives with his sheep not far from here. On the other side of the water, up on the hill, towards the castle.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one, I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. A noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack.
Farewell.
Quick!
Whoa, whoa.
Greetings.
I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange...
That could have been...
If I...
That's right.
I'll say... If you can...
Why not?
That's great.
I hope so.
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch. I don't take my...
So we'll bring your flock up there again.
Are you fuck...
Not even one's...
Well...
All right.
He's mad. I happen to... When you get to...
Where can I hide there?
But you'll hear... Take care.
How are you, Ignatius? Sorry. Thought now that we're partners, you'd be a bit more talkative. You want to go back home? You must be afraid. Mike, you aren't afraid of anything. I respect that. Why do they call you Ignatius? All right, keep it to yourself. Don't you think we've been chatting long enough? I'm glad. Let's go and get this over with. Birch. I think I found the spot. Well, Ignatius, we'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time. Heel. Lie down. Right. You won't do anything without a carrot. Ignatius. Sorry. Thought now that we're partners, you'd be a bit more talkative. You want to go back home? You must be afraid. Mike, you aren't afraid of anything. I respect that. Why do they call you Ignatius? All right, keep it to yourself. Don't you think we've been chatting long enough? I'm glad. Let's go and get this over with. Fort Birch. I think I've found the spot. Well, Ignatius, I'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, just out loud, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time. Heel. Lie down. Right. You won't do anything without a carrot. Heel. Lie down. Right. You won't do anything without a carrot. They're coming. Ka! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings.
I'm back because...
I'm glad to see you.
You don't need to worry about...
You don't say.
I didn't find my dog among them.
Did you try to ask? He doesn't live far away.
I wanted to tell you something about it.
Did some...
How should I put...
Poor creature.
It was quick.
At least it... God be with you, Henry.
Quick! Whoa! Whoa! What happened?
My husband was static left. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's
Maybe he just...
not a... What would Lord... He's... One time...
Do you know where he might be?
In all the forests here around Vidlag,
Vitek?
our son,
Does that happen often?
he disappeared.
What is it?
His job isn't easy, so
I understand.
Ex-
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting?
I'd go myself, but you look like a fearless...
All right.
Thank you. I would... Before you leave, maybe he'd know where his father was.
All right.
Be careful.
God be with you. And wash up a bit. You look awful.
What would you like?
I'm looking for your father.
Ma talked to you. He's nothing but a...
What kind of a Christian? Come on.
All right, but don't expect...
Where did he go?
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and... So I'd go if he didn't get...
Shouldn't you be looking... What's your problem with...
All he does is drink, and doesn't care about any... He's like... So I say we...
Be that as it may.
Quick!
Whoa! There's someone up in that tree there. If I don't help him, those wolves will eat him alive.
Hey! Hey, you! Help me! Chase those beasts away! I can't hold on much longer! Thank God! I was starting to think think of turning into a branch? Watch out! I'm coming down! Jesus! Harry, Dawson! And that ass! My foot! Ah! Sakra! Ah! Fuck! My...
You
fucked up! I'm first.
Your wife's...
My dear slut. What's your name?
Henry.
And thanks to you've got to... Oh, Christ!
Is it bad?
How the hell...
What?
I can't get up.
Jesus. I'll help you.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you on the way. Let's have a quick drink first, eh?
I'd rather...
You're bloody... Let's go that way.
Which way?
That way.
For Christ's sake, I can't see where you're pointing.
Turn away from the pond. Go around the bushes and keep going till you reach an old fallen tree. Yeah! The tree trunk's covered in moss. You can't miss it. It's north from here. Ow! Damn it! Man! I told you to be careful! You're carrying me like a corpse!
Well, how else should I carry you? Like a bride?
At least I wouldn't have to stare at your arse. Just stop flailing about so much. That's the fallen tree! I can't get my bearings when I'm upside down. I know. Keep going in the same direction until you come across an anthill. Then I'll tell you what to do
next. That's right. Get it all out. You'll feel better after. There you go. Just like a dragon spitting fire.
A bloody dragon. What? You can imagine a puking dragon. You're a madman. Kurva! I think I got some on your back. thirsty looking at them. You know what? Take me to the ale house instead.
What?
I said fuck it. Let's go for a drink. Yeah! Take me to Tacos. They've got the best ale.
Ugh, are you mad? I'm not going to carry you to the tavern. We're going to your hideout.
All right. Shit. You're right. We have to find... I nearly forgot about the poor fella. Take me to the north, along the stream. There's a birch there that's split in two. A real peculiar tree. You'll know it when you see it.
Ah, fine. Ugh, as long as it's not too far.
That's the way. Not much further now. Carry on into the forest. There'll be a marker on a tree there.
A marker?
Aye. A cross carved into the tree and a pile of stones next to it. The folks that work in the woods here mark all sorts of interesting places to stash. Come on. Let's move! Pepe! Pepe! Where's her big ear boy?
I heard something.
Oh, yeah? Wait. Me too. Something's coming. It's nearly here.
If you fart in my face one more time, you can walk the rest of the way.
There it is. That's the tree. You see the mark? My hideout is just a bit further to the north. You can put me down there. We're here. Put me down. Where's Pepe? Shit. Let's see if I can stand up. Henry, come here.
What now?
Oof. I need... Here, take my water skin. Fill it up in that barrel over there. How about that water, Henry?
Water.
Thanks, mate. I know you've done a lot. You've got to find Pepe.
So...
He's one of Lord von Burgo's subjects.
Let me guess.
What the hell did you think he was? Of course he's a...
What does Pepe...
He's very dark. He may not be as muscular as...
Who could have taken him?
You're wrong. There's been a band of poachers I haven't managed to find their...
What are we gonna do?
You'll have to track him down.
Well, what if you borrowed my horse?
And leave mine here?
You're right. Where should I start?
I tied him up by that sickly tree over there. I'd start over. Once you track it, just watch out for the...
I'm on it.
Thanks for your trouble.